Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. The question of the day is this. The question of the day is this. Lord. The question of the day is this. Is Trump a fascist? Everything that I know and everything that I know about him screams. I mean, like when I say screams, guys, it screams that he is. Sorry about that. We don't want to run the air conditioning. This is Texas. Still a little warm at night, but so you might hear that in the background. Sorry about that. But is Trump a fascist? Yeah. In my opinion, because of the fascistic, because that's a word, I had to think about it, things that he does, like deploying the military on American citizens, how he wants to take over control and of the media and what they say about him. And it's just, you know what? And this is the thing about it. He just did a recent interview with ABC or 60 Minutes, right? Where he threatened to walk out of that interview, but he told them don't put that in the interview. But they aired it anyway on YouTube. They didn't air it on the regular 60 Minutes to come on TV. But you see, it's the you sued them over Kamala. They changed her answer. It's called editing, bro. This 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 dude is just he's such a baby. I mean, no wonder his mama couldn't stand him. She could not stand him. That's why she sent him to military school. But his daddy's like, oh, he's gonna grow up to be a wonderful boy. No, you did. I mean, wonderful is being the president. I mean, that's the highest thing you can become. But that don't mean you're wonderful. You know, you can become king, but still treat your subject bad. And that's what he's doing to his vote. He's treating his own voters bad, and he just don't care. Like during the government shutdown, right? You can even Google it. Google Mar-a-Lago Halloween party. This man has women in champagne glasses. Why these ritzy? You ever seen the movie The Great Gatsby? That's what it looks like, but in 2025. Women in champagne glasses when you walk in. The champagne glasses spinning around when you walk into Mar-a-Lago at Trump's Halloween party. The glitz and the glamour. While people's food stamps and health care is in jeopardy. You know, you know what? I get him now. I really do get him. Do you remember the time, boy? If you know anything about history, right? I'm gonna have to calm my voice down because I'm very upset. When you had the even Anderson Cooper is one of them. What the hell is it? Damn, I can't think of the name. But you had the Carnegies. You had the Vanderbilts. Back in the 1800s, you had the people over the steel, you had the people over the oil. These rich people ran the country. Let me tell you a little brief history lesson about Chase, like Chase Bank. Now I can't think of his. It slipped my mind, but I'm gonna tell you. He funded I'm gonna get his name in a minute. He funded actually one of the American wars, like for arms. And if he didn't get that from one of the richest men in the world, America probably would have lost that world war. I'm trying to think of his name. It's something Chase. I can't see it. I'm on my phone. Yeah, that's the only thing you can become. As a good family member, that's what I'm striving to become. Because you know what, I just understand. You know what, I've always known that the government was bad. You know, I think everybody has known that to a certain degree. Even if you even hear you are MAGA and you say, well, Trump, he has a right to do this because of what they did to him. Listen, I can debate that. If you go into a court of law, I don't. If you say they trumped up charges and they got him for this in New York, but that went through the courts, right? That went through the courts. He can still appeal. He can do whatever he need to do, right? But just blatantly, just like not respecting the law, and if you can't be for the police when you let police get beat up on your behalf, and then pardon them because you just don't have time to look through every case. I mean, this dude is, and then a lot of them is reoffended. One deputy had to, I'm gonna say delete. One deputy had to delete one of them on the highway because he had a pew pew. You know what I'm talking about when I say pew pew. And then one of them, this is the crazy one, guys. This is the crazy one. And everything I say, you can go look it up. One of the J6 offenders, he got pardoned, and then after that, you know how Trump is. He'll list your address. Because he thinks he's some kind of mob boss out of New York. He listed Obama's address. Y'all remember that? So he walked down there with his little pew pews. They caught him. Now he's being sentenced. Like, last week they was trying to sentence him, but since it referenced he was a January 6th rioter or insurrectionist or whatever they put in there, they fired the two prosecutors that was on the case because they don't want him to even mention anything like that. So now we're at the point of we're trying to rewrite history. You start off with the history books, then you go to the museums, and then you do the laws. You hear me, people? When you rewrite history, you start on the history books, then you work on the laws. Listen to what he says. This is what he says. He sued. You remember when he said he sued ABC for $16 million because they changed Kamala answer to another answer? Well, he was gonna walk out of that another 60-minute interview Sunday, but he said don't put that in. Ain't that the same thing as editing? So can she sue them for $16 million? I'm just asking.
New leader, frankly, because the young woman that's leading your whole enterprise is a great.
And what he's talking about, I'm gonna give reference to it. The woman that he's referencing is after they sued for that $16 million. the producer of ABC stepped down because they didn't want to be a part of that. Hey, they think it should they should have took it to court. But this is what he's talking about. They stepped down, and the new person they love me, so I think it's a great person. But I don't know him.
Vast differences in their editorial choices. But first, here he is bragging or whining, I can't tell which one it is, about the settlement that CBS paid him and the new leadership at CBS.
And actually, 60 Minutes paid me a lot of money, and you don't have to put this on because I don't want to embarrass you, and I'm sure you're not. I think you have a great new leader, frankly, because the young woman that's leading your whole enterprise is a great, from what I know, I don't know her, but I hear she's a great person. But 60 Minutes was supposed to pay me a lot of money because they took her answer out that was so bad, it was election changing 2 nights before the election, and they put a new answer in. And they paid me a lot of money for that. You can't have fake news. You've got to have legit news.
You can't have fake news, you gotta have legit news, he says. As he blackmails media outlets, as he strikes fear into the hearts of those with lesser intestinal fortitude, less guts, people like the cowards over at Morning Joe who ran to Mar-a-Lago as fast as they could.
They really did. They ran over there with them. I ain't gonna say that, but they really did run. There's some cowards out there. That's all I'm gonna say. There's some cowards out there. And I'm gonna tell you this part right here, Miss Krisky Noem. Anybody can text them my handle and my anything. You can tell them to knock on my door, and I'm gonna say that in their face. F y'all, cause I think y'all bullshit. I don't give a damn what anybody else thinks. I know what they doing, and I know what's being reported. It's more people got phones than it is ICE. You can't tell me what people are not seeing with their own eyes. Freedom is freedom. I'm like, uh, I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? This ain't. I think that's what make America great again means. Like, take us back to the point where it's like Jim Crow or redlining or, things of that nature. I really do think that. I think that's what MAGA means. Like in that era, like when okay, and like I'm a historical. I'm okay. I gotta word this right. I'm historically knowledgeable, and I can't remember where I'm historically knowledgeable, and I can't remember a point of time where America to me has always been great, even though we had our problems. We strive to be better. That's what I thought. But for some or half of the country, they thought it was great at another point in time in history, and I'm trying to reflect on that because I do know history. I'm trying to reflect on when was that time? Was that in the 20s when y'all was still hanging people? Or was it in the 30s when y'all was redlining? Or maybe was that in the 50s and 60s when there was Jim Crow? Or where you can be locked up for even looking at a white woman? Does that make America great? Because I don't know, financially, we've always been good. But I think that's what that means. Because I don't think they like Trump. He's a thin-skinned lizard, hot Cheeto lizard at that. Trump is a thin-skinned hot Cheeto lizard, and he doesn't like to be talked about. And if you do, you hurt his little baby feelings. You just hurt his little baby feelings. I'm just trying to understand where America, the people, we 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 have signed an agreement with the Constitution of no dictators and no kings. This man is ruthlessly blowing up ships without finding evidence of drugs, kidnapping people off the street or ordering it to happen. He said he's going after the most crooked and the most hostile people. Evidence of Americans being swept up in that with no charges or they have no record. So that's a lie. And he even threatened martial law. See, you know what this is? This was just think about this. I think I'm right in this perception of what's happening. Trump will threaten a city, right? And he knows that people will come out to protest that. So he would threaten it. And when they show up, okay, before they show up, there's really nothing happening but 5, 6 people in clown, blow up clown and frog suits dancing to music in front of the ICE facilities. But then when all of these military, one thing about America, if you look at our history, even in the 60s, about Vietnam and even the Korean War, we was in the streets protesting all of this military action in the streets. The only other time in history that things were not permitted in the streets and we had to call in the military is desegregation. When they had to call in the military, desegregation, and a few things like that, that's different. That's people being riled up for a cause that they never experienced. When people are, as a society, as a whole, um, experience a thing called desegregation for the first time in history, where whites went to white schools and blacks went to black schools, and now people, wholesome white people, feeling like they don't want their kids around these thugs. They steal TVs, they rob people. I don't want them to be influenced by these people. But the point is, you never gave them a chance. Do you know these little black kids that you call thugs? They don't have an opportunity to stay where they stay. The government put them in there, put them in that position. They redlined them and say you can only stay in these areas. And then Section 8 happened, and now Section 8 is like, if you have you work and you don't have a record, I'll move you into these suburbs, along with the white citizens and the upper class people or middle class people. But the middle class people don't want them, because People are having picnics and they looking across the streets like that's the person on Section 8. I've seen that done to us. Right now, check this out. I want you to understand this. Right now, Sheree, you can't be doing that. Too much. People are losing their jobs. Thank you for hey Squatch man. I appreciate it, man. People are losing their jobs. People are losing their homes and their way of life. While this man is sitting up there at Mar-a-Lago on Halloween with women in giant champagne glasses when you walk in. When there's no food stamps, nobody getting paid. But this is what you vote for. This is what you like, I guess. That's what you. I mean, we told you. And you know what? You know what else we told you? We even told you the government was crooked. We've been telling you that since the '60s. Hell, they'll just pull up and stop and frisk us and beat us up. That's not really happening to you because you're black. No, it really is. But see, now they starting to come after you. You were like, I just thought that was, y'all was just, no, that's not. We was just nothing. We told you that was happening. And now they out there with reckless abandonment, with no guardrails and nothing to stop them. Even the Supreme Court won't stop them. This is becoming a new. If you believe in the Bible, I read it. I'm not like a religious person. I'm a spiritual person. But I have read the Bible. My mother was a minister. But if you have read that book, this is a new world order where one person's supposed to control. You see where I'm going? Oh, everybody blinked out. This is that new world order. You got a man who's running around the globe, flying around, taking crowns of gold from South Korea, taking $400 million airplanes from Qatar. And he put tariffs on anything he don't like. That's not what I'm saying. I'm gonna repeat that. South Korea gave him a crown of gold. I'm gonna say what you don't want. I'm gonna say what people don't want to say. You know what? You know what? Freedom of speech. It's gonna be freedom of speech. Hit the light. They say Trump ain't a racist. I say he is. I'll prove it. They say Trump ain't a racist. I say he is. Give me 30 seconds to prove it. 1970s, Trump was sued for discrimination in his housing for not renting to black people. Fast forward, Central Park 5, there was 5 guys, black guys, accused of graping. You know what I'm trying to say? Graping a woman in Central Park. That's why they call it Central Park Five. He put out an ad to catch them, and when they finally got caught, he put out another ad in the newspaper to get them the death penalty. Find out these guys did not do it. He never apologized. Three, I've even seen Trump. I'm 50 years old. I've seen Trump around black people. More black people that you probably even seen if you're younger now. I see him around like Smokey Robinson, some football players like Lawrence Taylor back in the days. He was big on pizza commercials like a Pizza Hut and McDonald's commercial. He was big in all that. But what I'm saying is when the way he deals with brown people is this. Donald Trump is a racist, but he will deal with you in a certain instance, far as the fact is, if you got money, if you got talent, if you rich, if you are a billionaire, if you are a dictator, if you are a singer, football player, golf player, and you have money, and you are brown, Donald Trump might deal with you. And he still be racist and do that for the simple fact of this. Let me give it to you. Even slave masters was around the people they hate 24 hours a day. That's the explanation. I gave it to you about how can Trump be a fascist. I just told you how Trump can be a racist, even though he have one black person in his cabinet. This time, one Hispanic, one the last time, but he can still be a racist. For the simple fact that slave owners was around the people that they hated 24 hours a day. That's the thing about it. These people are and then he this is the thing about it too. He come out and pardon this guy. Let me calm down. This is, I guess he do like the poorly uneducated guys. Just listen to me, follow me for 30 seconds. He did say he liked the poorly uneducated. I'm pretty sure everybody heard that. But this new guy, the fuck is his name? Excuse my language. But he was a crypto guy, right? And Donald Trump say, I pardon him, but don't know who he is. My kids tell me that he's a good guy and they like him. You know why you pardon him? Because you know what? You know he got Trump coin, you got Melania coin, and you got that new Baron coin that he was been working on. But that's the same guy invented those coins and got you in Binance. He's the owner of Binance. So how would you not know him if your crypto coin is in his? Can't even talk. If your crypto coin is in his exchange, but I don't know him, I pardon him. My kids in my crypto is in his exchange, but I know nothing about him. You know that's his favorite line. I know nothing about these people. It's like the FD. I know nothing about it, but you're in it. I know nothing about it, but it came up. You say, you know what? Jeffrey stole her from me. How do you steal a living person? How do you? You know, this man is such a liar. You didn't know nothing about the Epstein files. You called him a creep. Why are we still talking about this creep? Just think about what I'm saying. Why are we still talking about this creep? He was your best friend for 15 years. But you call him a creep, right? I don't want to. I don't. Why are we still trying to get digging these Epstein files? He was actually deleted in a cell a weird way. And then when you say you're going to release the tapes of nobody went up the stairs, it was a missing minute. And then we found out the tape was tape stitched up together from multiple hours. And when we actually got what was real, there was somebody walked up them stairs. And he had a red prison jumpsuit. Joe Biden didn't release it. If he had something on me, he would have released it. You know what? The Democrats ain't dirty like you, man. We knew we had something on you, but you know what? If we'd have just did that, you would have just claimed, hey, see, I told you they were spying on me. You'd have claimed that. So you know what? They just let it play out and let you just ruin your own self. What you are doing, you can claim all day long that you're the best president and things are going down. Your supporters is looking at the stuff in they. I'm gonna say it, the shit in their freezer, and gonna say that's not the case. Yeah, you can claim, Mr. President, that grocery bills and eggs and gas is going down, but when people look in their refrigerators and they fill up their tanks, that shit ain't the case. You know, it's called hyperbole. He you know what? And actually it's a little bit of brainwashing too. If you ever noticed him, he would repeat, 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 just like the 2020 election was stolen. He just he would just drum it, and people will believe it. He's very, very good at that. And then people don't understand. You know what? I get them. They be like, "Well, he's the president. Why would he lie?" Well, if your president was a con man before he was the president, that's a reason why he would lie. Most people don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to know they've been conned. Most people don't want to know the truth, but they've been conned. Your president was always a con man. He was always a con man. He cheated on his first wife with his second wife. Cheated on his second wife with his third wife. Cheated on his third wife with a porn star. right back, guys. Right back, right back, right back. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This man is a con man. He cheated on his first wife with his second wife. Cheated on his second wife. Yeah, that shit crazy. Yeah, as you can see, well, some of them don't look like regular dimes. This is a very, very nice one, though. It's still. Yeah, it's just crazy how things happen, man. And I just feel like America's going in the wrong direction. Not because I'm a Democrat or anything like that. I just really feel like. but what I was saying is, just showing a little bit of things I got, but at the same time, it's really getting shady around here, people. These people having a great Gatsby at Mar-a-Lago on Halloween. Women in giant, like dipped in giant champagne glasses at Mar-a-Lago at the president's home. You walk in the front doors, women in giant champagne glasses, just in bikinis, and oh my God! And why the government shut down? That is the craziest thing I've ever seen.